I was recently inspired by a super fun video with Lisa J and Nikki LaRose where they got together and chatted about their top 10 beauty products they don't want to live without. Not necessarily the latest and greatest new releases, rather their standby products that they rely on in their everyday lives. Products they don't want to be without. I found it super interesting and I thought it would be the perfect video to do a collab with my beautiful friend Kiki, who has the channel The Hooded Lid. If you are not familiar with Kiki, she is a gorgeous mature beauty creator. Kiki is very talented with makeup. She has some really helpful tutorials, detailed, very honest makeup reviews, and she has a huge playlist of incredibly thorough 3-day wear test foundation reviews for mature skin. Kiki and I are really good friends. We chat frequently on the phone, and I love hanging out with her when I visit my relatives in California. Now, Kiki and I have not compared notes, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what Kiki's must-have products are. Of course, Kiki's channel and her video will be listed and linked in the description box below, so after you finish this video, please pay Kiki a visit and give her my love. And I am making this video a tag video. So if you are a creator, consider yourself tagged. And if you are a viewer, please share your must-have products in the comment box below. I love the sharing in the comment box. And stay tuned until the end because I will be announcing the winners of last week's giveaway. If this sounds fun to you, throw this video a thumbs up and let's get into it. My criteria for today's video is these are products I either use every day or products I have been repurchasing and relying upon for years. Products I always bring with me when I travel, products that live in my purse, products that I panic a little bit if I can't find them or run out. My must-have products. I am not including skincare or SPF, foundation, or palettes. I have entire wardrobes in these categories which I enjoy rotating through. I do have several roundup and ranking videos in these categories which I will link below. And of course, everything I'm talking about today, all the makeup I have on my face will be listed and linked below as usual. Starting with number 1, and these are not ranked. Anyway, my number 1 can't be without product is my Lumify eye drops. Now clearly this is not a cosmetic, but it is the first step in my everyday makeup routine. You know, nothing makes us look more tired or ages us more than red eyes. And this does an amazing job getting the red out. And it even has anti-inflammatory benefits that reduce the redness in the waterline. This gives me sparkling white eyes for a rested, bright-eyed, youthful look. I have one at my vanity, I carry one in my purse, and I did ask my ophthalmologist about this, and she said this is the only eye whitening eye drop that she recommends. Number 2 is lipstick. Lipstick is my very favorite makeup category. I wear lipstick every single day. Even if I'm just going out for a walk, it is sunscreen and lipstick, and out the door I go. Lipstick brings life to my face. Lipstick truly makes me happy. And I have a lot of lipstick. I have been repurchasing the classic Revlon line for years and years and years. I have an embarrassing amount of Lisa Eldridge lipsticks, but I also love Milani and Maybelline and Merit Beauty and Tarte and Charlotte Tilbury. Way too many to talk about favorites. And I always keep at least 3 lipsticks in my purse, sometimes 5, but I try to limit it to 3. So today I'm going to share the 3 lipsticks that are currently in my purse, starting with a Revlon product. This is in the shade Rose Velvet, and you can see how well used that is. I will be repurchasing this. This is My Lips But Better. It is a cream formula. It is just a really beautiful sort of dusty mauve rose. Like I said, My Lips But Better. I also currently have a Bare Minerals lipstick in the shade, Memory. Another wonderful formula. This is a little bit warmer in tone than the Revlon. Love this lipstick. And the last one, and the one I'm wearing today, is BK Beauty in the shade Passion. This is a little bit brighter. Absolutely love BK Beauty Passion. The packaging is amazing. It is enamel, it's pink, it's magnetic, love it. I also have a lip oil in my purse. I have been loving the Merit Beauty lip oil. This is in the shade Sangria. Now that shade looks a little bit scary, but it really shears out in the prettiest way on the lips. Here is Merit lip oil in the shade Sangria. Absolutely beautiful and feels amazing on the lips. And last but not least, I always have a City Beauty lip plumping lip gloss at my vanity and in my purse. This is so hydrating and moisturizing and protective and plumping. Absolutely love it. Never want to be without my City Beauty lip plumping lip gloss. Number 3 is brows. I always do a little something with my brows every single day, whether I'm wearing makeup or not. Brows make a huge difference. They just balance out our face. My friend Kat, who has the channel Cat's Eye Beauty, just did a fantastic must-see brow video, which I will link in the description box below. Kat has a wonderful channel and she is so close to 10,000 subscribers. So please pay Kat a visit and subscribe. I would love it if we could help her reach that milestone. Anyway, I always like to zhuzh up my brows a little bit, even on no makeup days. Now, I personally do not have the patience for those super fine micro brow pencils to create individual brow hairs. I do have a fair amount of brow hairs, so my goal is to fill, shape, fluff, and hold. My current favorite brow pencil is by NYX, and it is the NYX Brow Powder Pencil in the shade Taupe. This is a brow pencil that you do need to sharpen. It does come with a spoolie, and this is such a perfect color for me. It is taupe, not too cool, not too warm. It is a powder pencil, so it applies really easily, but you don't over apply it. It lasts a long time. It looks really natural. My cousin turned this on to me last summer. This is a product that I panic a little bit if I can't find it, so I always have a couple of backups. In addition to the brow pencil, most days I also use a tinted volumizing brow gel to hold my brows in place. I have 2 favorites, and the first one is another NYX product. It is the NYX Thick It Stick It Volumizing Brow Gel. This is tinted, it is volumizing, it does have fibers, and it does a really nice job holding my brows in place. Now this is in the shade Taupe, so it matches the brow pencil perfectly. I am wearing the pencil and this brow gel today. Now, if I'm looking for a slightly stronger brow, I also very much enjoy the Merit Beauty Brow Gel. This one is in the shade Brown, which is a little bit deeper than the Taupe. But again, it thickens, it tints, and it holds the brows in place. It has a really nice spoolie. So again, if I'm looking for a slightly stronger brow, I am enjoying the Merit Brow. Now, some days I will just use the pencil. Some days I will just use the brow gel. Most days I'm using both. Number 4, if I'm doing more of a full face of makeup, even a really natural full face of makeup, I always start with a peach corrector. A peach corrector helps cancel and neutralize that dark blue purple we can sometimes get on our inner corner or under our eyes. Using a peach corrector has enabled me to use less concealer. Some days I can skip concealer altogether and just put a light layer of foundation over the corrector. If you've been with me for a while, you know how much I absolutely adore my Pixie Peach corrector. And I know many of you enjoy it as well. This is a very pigmented, opaque formula. I have heard from some of you that you find it just a little bit too dry for the under eye area, but for me, because my blue-purple area is mostly on that inner corner where I really don't have any crepiness, this really does the trick. And I feel like the slightly drier formula really helps it last a long time. Anyway, I have used and loved and repurchased this for years. It is a favorite. It beats out many of the higher end correctors such as Bobbi Brown and Charlotte Tilbury, although I know many people love those as well. Number 5 is the L'Oreal Mechanical Gel Grip 36-hour eye pencil. Now I haven't tested it for 36 hours, but this is the pencil that I always use to tightline my upper lash line every time I do my makeup, and sometimes even on no makeup days. This glides on, it's very pigmented, it's very long lasting, and it doesn't transfer to my lower lash line. Now, I love tightlining. It gives my eyes definition without heaviness, and it actually makes my eyelashes look thicker. But I had a really hard time learning how to tightline, so I do have a video with a super easy tightlining method, Tightlining 101, which I will link below. This is in the shade Brown Denim, by the way. The 6th beauty product that I do not want to live without is yet another eye pencil. This time it is the Sephora Collection Retractable Waterproof 12-hour eye pencil. It is very affordable. The formula is fantastic. It glides on without tugging, and it even comes with a little smudger so you can get a really soft, diffused look. Now, I do have this in several shades, but for sure my most used shade is the shade Shimmer Taupe. Here is the L'Oreal Brown Denim that I use on my tight line. And right below that is the Shimmer Taupe. So I think you can see how much lighter the Shimmer Taupe is. The Brown Denim is perfect for tight lining, and the Shimmer Taupe I use on my lower lash line and my upper lash line. It just gives a really soft, subtle definition without looking heavy or overpowering my eyes. I pretty much use this every single time I do my eye makeup. It goes with literally every single eyeshadow look I do. I have repurchased this more times than I can possibly count, but I always try to wait for the Sephora sale when the Sephora collection is 30% off, bringing this to well under $10. Number 7 is eyelashes. Now I use and love and rotate through a variety of mascaras, everything from drugstore to high-end. I will list some of my favorites in the description box below. But the number 1 lash product that I never want to be without is an eyelash growth serum. Eyelash growth serum has literally saved my eyelashes and given me the best eyelashes of my life. For the last several years, I used and loved and recommended Revitalash growth serum. It is on the pricey side, but it definitely works. I was completely hooked on Revitalash for the last 3 or 4 years. However, as I started to hear more and more concerns about prostaglandins, and my beautiful friend Claudia Glows got incredible results from Revive Lash and Brow Growth Serum, so I picked it up about 6 months ago, and I did a side-by-side for 3 months. Revive Lash on one side, Revitalash on the other, and I could not tell the difference. I got just as good of results from Revive Lash as I did Revitable. What I love about Revive Lash and Brow Growth Serum is it does not contain prostaglandins. It's quite a bit less expensive than the Revitalash, and this really has helped my eyebrows grow as well as my eyelashes, whereas the Revitalash and the Revitable didn't really help my eyebrows. Anyway, I am completely hooked on the Revive Lash and Brow Growth Serum, and I never want to be without it. Number 8 is eyeshadows, one of my very favorite makeup categories. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes and I just love playing with them. But for the most part, in my everyday life or when I'm traveling, I rely quite heavily on fast and easy, one and done cream eyeshadows. Now, when I moved, I did a major declutter of my cream eyeshadows. Many of them were old and dried out, but not my Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. Thank goodness. I have this in the shade Oyster Pearl. I've had this for several years. I hope you can see it's half gone, yet it is just as creamy and light and whipped and moussey as when I first got it. This is definitely my most used cream eyeshadow. It is so fast and easy for a one and done, out the door fast look. You know, the shade Oyster Pearl, I'll show you Oyster Pearl right here. It is just a really beautiful medium cool taupe with just a touch of sheen. Super, super pretty. Absolutely love my Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in the shade Oyster Pearl. Another cream eyeshadow that I never want to be without is a new release from Merit Beauty, and it is their Solo Cream Eyeshadow. Now it comes in several shades, I think 7 or 8 shades, but my most used shade for sure is the shade Studio. I don't know if you can see, but I already have a pretty good sized dent in the pan here. But I am going to show you the shade Studio swatched. Here is the shade Studio. It's a really, I would say, neutral medium brown with just a touch of a rosy undertone compared to the Charlotte Tilbury Oyster Pearl, which is a little bit cooler, a little bit taupier, and it has a sheen, whereas the Merit is definitely matte. Now, both of these are absolutely budge proof. I applied these swatches about 10 minutes ago, and as you can see, they do not budge. Now, some days I will just apply the Charlotte Tilbury with my fingers or a brush, out the door I go. Some days I will just use the matte. Very often I will use both. I will put the Solo eyeshadow in the outer corner and on the transition, and a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury on the lid, and out the door I go. I am wearing both shades today, and this look takes me literally 2 minutes. I can guarantee you both of these cream eyeshadows always come with me when I travel. I never want to be without either one of them. Number 9, I have a love-hate relationship with powders. My 64-year-old skin is really quite dry, and more often than not, powders can make my skin look drier and older. I have tried some really expensive powders that made my skin look ancient, but the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder is perfection. When I first tried it, I picked it up in a mini. Whenever I try an expensive product, I always try to buy a mini to test it out first. Anyway, I purchased it in the mini. There is the mini compared to the full size. I used the mini completely up, fell in love with it, so I splurged and purchased the full size. Pricey for sure, but absolutely worth it. I have had this for about 2, maybe 3 years. You can see how well used and loved it is, but it is still going strong. Now this is technically a finishing powder, and finishing powders are usually a little bit lighter than setting powders, but I do use this to set my makeup. It does a really nice job taking the shine down from my SPF and my foundation, yet it leaves a really pretty, luminous, very, very subtle glow. It does a beautiful job setting my under eye concealer. Never looks cakey or agey. You know, the formula is so silky. You simply cannot over apply it. Now, it does come in several shades. I have it in the shade Diffused Light, but I really do feel like basically it is translucent. Hourglass also makes my favorite blush formula. I always say Hourglass puts magic dust in their powders, and they are perfect for mature skin. Number 10, brushes and tools. Now I have a lot of makeup brushes that I absolutely love. This is just a very small part of my collection. These are the brushes that I keep on my desk. I have Sigma and Rephr and BK Beauty and e.l.f. and Real Techniques. But the 2 brushes that I use most, that I use literally every single day, are my 2 concealer brushes. The first one is drugstore. It is Real Techniques. It is actually an eyeshadow brush called the Deluxe Crease Brush. It is firm but soft, it is domed, and it is the perfect size, shape, and density to apply and blend my Pixie Peach Corrector into that very deep, dark inner corner. I have multiples of both of these brushes, so I always have a clean brush. And the next concealer brush is the BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A506. I love the kitten paw. I love how soft it is. This is perfect for blending concealer under my eyes, around my nose, anywhere on my face. I literally use both of these brushes every single day, and I have multiples of both these brushes, so I always have a clean brush. Now, BK Beauty did launch a new brush set with Nikki LaRose, and it is now available as singles. So I'm really interested in picking up the Nikki LaRose concealer brush to see how it compares. The other tool that I use literally every single day are beauty sponges, and by far my most favorite beauty sponge ever, and I've tried a lot, are these beauty sponges by Refer. Here is the dry, and here is how much it expands once you moistened it. When it is moist, it is so spongy and flexible. It is perfect for sealing in, pressing in foundation, concealer. I absolutely love these, and they are surprisingly affordable. I think right now you can get a coupon on Amazon for $3 each. Love, love, love these sponges. And my last tool that I talked about last week, I actually included it in a giveaway, but I use it every single day, is my Sigma Switch. This is perfect for cleaning off your brush, removing the pigment from the brush in between shades. Absolutely indispensable, and I use it every single day. Now I do realize I cheated a little bit because I did mention a couple of different products or more in each of the 10 categories, but it was really hard to narrow down. We probably could have done our top 15 or 20 products that we can't live without. I totally forgot to mention in last week's video that I would not be able to respond to comments since it was a giveaway, but I do want to thank you all for such incredibly lovely comments. I got over 700 comments, maybe even over 800 by now, and they were truly a joy to read. And now I am super excited to announce the winners of last week's giveaway. I will also list the winner's name in the description box below. If I read your name, you are a winner, and you can email me at tamara'stimelessbeauty@yahoo.com. I will also list my email in the description box below. Send me your YouTube username, your name, address, and phone number, and I will get your gifts to you as soon as possible. And the winners are, now forgive me because I'm going to be reading this. BK Beauty Angie Hot and Travel Brush Set goes to Donna Beetle 5623. The Sigma Travel Brush Set, Switch, and Cleaning Mat goes to Kate Shotwell 6001. The Refer Set goes to Kelly T 4447. Merit Lip Gloss Set goes to Susan P 2349. The Sigma Warm Quads goes to Donna-VY9XG. The Sigma Cool Quads goes to MVDP4A. Sigma Beauty and the Beast collection goes to Jane Dobbins 6758. The Dermatology package goes to Pin4Gap. Omnilux Mask goes to Nancy Kowalski 5378. The Mysama Red Light Panel goes to Barbara W 6763. The Current Body Mask goes to Debbie 4093. The Zip Halo goes to Ziggy Bookshop. Auralift Heidi Q 2777. The Sleep and Glow Pillow goes to Niche at 9738. Erica Vieira's Audience Attraction System goes to Mary Lynn 4629. And an international gift card goes to Maggie Wood 1446. Congratulations to the winners, and make sure to email me your information as soon as possible so I can get your gifts out to you. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to throw it a thumbs up and make sure you pay a visit to Kiki and give her my love. I can't wait to see what Kiki came up with. And with that, have yourself a great day, a wonderful week, and I hope to see you in my next video.